as I'm filming. So Jay Elliott in pole position, Joe Holmes on the outside. Inside of row 2 is Tom Dix with the orange lid. Outside is Jack Harding, Pete O'Connor, Darren Teal, Ian Blake. And it's Jay Elliott getting the whole shot, and Tom Dix has grabbed second place. So they're going to let this one go. I think they probably will. But Dix looking for the lead inside of Billy's blind. Down to turn 1, and he tries to squeeze Jay Elliott to the inside, and he takes the lead. And it's Tom Dix leading from Jay Elliott. And we've got some people off at the back there. John Lissider is off. Ray Norris. Will they call this one back? It's Tom Dix leading from Jay Elliott, Joe Holmes, Ian Blake, Pete O'Connor, Jack Harding, Darren Teal, Brandon Williams, Dan Healy, Stuart Martin. Well, I see no one calling this one off. So it's Dix, Elliott and Holmes, a three-way dice for the lead. And Elliott's forced to go narrow to hold off Holmes, and that invites in Ian Blake to make it a three-way fight over second place. I don't think they're going to let Tom Dix get away, though. They're already making hand signals like, let's work together to haul Tom back in with the 2-3 kart lengths he's just grabbed. So it's Dix and then a group of 5. Elliott, Holmes, Blake, O'Connor and Jack Harding. And Darren Teal is under pressure, and Brandon Williams, who forces one down the inside at turn 1. We lost somebody. So it's Dix, Holmes, Blake. We've lost Jay Elliott. Oh, Jay Elliott's now down in 4th place. So Holmes and Blake have moved through. And I'll swear the wind's getting stronger. It's blowing from left to right as we look right now. She'll only help the slipstreaming going on as they go over start-finish around to Billy's blind. Go. The gap was 0.2 of a second on that slap. But Joe Holmes is moving, or pulling, although he's just been demoted by Ian Blake, was pulling Tom Dix back in. Blake takes a turn on the front of the peloton, trying to chase down this lone breakaway of, whoa, what's that? 4 kart lengths from Tom Dix. And it's all fairly gentlemanly at the moment. They're going to work to haul him back in, and then it'll kick off again. Blake beginning to gap Joe Holmes as he's under pressure from Jay Elliott. Into the S's. Down the back straight. And Blake has moved on to the bumper of Tom Dix. Will he shoot it down the inside at the horseshoe? Yes, he will. Ian Blake leads at Clay Pigeon. And we're all back together again as Holmes moves on to the bumper of Tom Dix. Is Dix going to take it straight back? And Holmes is looking to the inside. Dix launches one down the inside, and Holmes is through to the lead. Great racing here in Club 100. This is the elite class, and it doesn't half show. So Joe Holmes hits the front for the first time. And we get to see if he can break that toe. It's now 3 away at the front as Jay Elliott has moved past Tom Dix. And there's a gap developing. So the second group is O'Connor, Dix and Harding. And Blake and Elliott are not going to let Holmes get away this time, I don't think. The question is, can the group behind come back to them? It's O'Connor now, breaking clear. Blake on Joe Holmes' bumper. The back markers looming into view, which will play a part before the finish. That's a big hole in the air Joe Holmes is punching. Through the S's, down the back straight. Holmes, Blake, Elliott. Narrow into the hairpin, and Pete O'Connor's made it across. And Jack Harding will get there as well if they keep slowing each other up like this. It's all very tactical at the moment. Blake looking to the inside in the last corner. Odd place to do it, but it's ruined Joe Holmes' run through the corner. And he's had to slot back in fourth place. And now it's Blake going narrow into turn 1. And O'Connor goes through on Elliott. And Holmes will be inside into the S's. It's beginning to boil up. I sincerely hope they all make it to the finish, but we're back to a group of 6. Blake, O'Connor, Holmes, Elliott, Harding, Dix. And I think even Brandon Williams is getting on to the tail of this group. We're 2 minutes 50 seconds from the finish of a fascinating elite final. And Blake's trying to make a break for it. I don't think he's broken the toe though. Down the inside, Holmes. And Elliott looks to the inside in the S's. And Pete O'Connor goes from 2nd to 4th in the space of a corner and a half. And has Blake got a gap now? It's looking 0.3 of a second. I'm not sure how strong the wind is down at ground level, but if it's anything like what it is up here, it's blowing a gale. Blake takes a look over his shoulder. It was 0.3 of a second on the last lap. It's more than that now. Holmes and Elliott trying to bridge it. It's 0.6 of a second. I'm not convinced Blake's free and clear, but time is marching on. Elliott and Holmes side by side, and this is working in Blake's favour. Behind, Harding and Tom Dix fighting over 5th, with Brandon Williams and Pete O'Connor. And the gap is out to nearly a second. I think Ian Blake is going to win this one with just over 1:14 left. That's probably 2 laps, maybe 3. Dix to the inside of Jack Harding, and Brandon Williams does the pair of them maybe, and he's on the outside. Oh, over the curb. Oh, it's untidy, it's messy, and it's nearly 4 wide out of the horseshoe. Another lap goes in the books. And Blake's passing the traffic. And Joe Holmes is being slipstreamed by Jay Elliott down into turn 1, and he's through. The crisscross on. Not quite, and it's still going on behind. I'm not convinced Blake's going to do this one. It's down to 0.7 at the line on the last lap. And we are on the last lap. This one is going to go Ian Blake's way. The battle is on for 2nd. Joe Holmes and Jay Elliott into the last corner, and out they come. And it's Ian Blake winning round 6 from Clay Pigeon ahead of Jay Elliott and Joe Holmes. Jack Harding finishes in 4th place ahead of Brandon Williams, Pete O'Connor, Tom Dix, Darren Teal, Steve Brown, and Dan Healy rounds out the top 10. And that, as they say, is that. It's a win for Ian Blake. And I now have to shoot my way down to the podium.